Welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy, Dirty D.
It's your boy, Tech Daddy.
It's Queen Bee, and
I'm John.
You vanilla motherfucker. God damn it.
It's such a good name. I can't spoil it.
Yeah, okay.
It's original.
Strong
is what
American.
It is.
Yeah, I've never met a John before.
Yeah.
That's how odd that is. Yeah, everybody, we have John with us this week, so he's back on. We've actually never done this rotation before, too, so let's see how this works out.
No, we
yeah,
haven't.
I never get to be here for the guests. So.
I mean, I feel like Ben and John aren't really guests. They're just...
That's true.
They're part of the original, you know. I mean, these mics are theirs.
They're recurring characters.
You're like Step Family. We just borrowed shit from, and we never give it back.
That tracks from my just normal family.
Like that one neighbor that borrowed your weed whacker just never gave it back.
Yeah.
You just no longer have a weed whacker. Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me of missing my power washer.
Oh.
Who has your... Never mind. We'll dive into that later. People, if you do see us on the news for robbing somebody of a power washer, just know that it was John's originally.
Once you get your power washer back, can I borrow it?
Yeah, actually, I have some power washable things here, actually. I'm not really joking.
I have a feeling that I'm just going to end up buying a new power washer and someone's going to borrow it, and I'm just going to have like a series.
You're just buying people power washers.
Indeed.
John's
indeed.
Power Washer Emporium.
Yeah, for free.
That game, Power Wash Simulator, is stupidly fun, though.
It's addicting.
It is.
Wait.
Oh
it
my
is.
God, it's
I'm sorry.
addicting.
What? Elaborate.
There is a video game called Power Washer Simulator.
Is it like Goat Simulator?
I wish.
That's how
'Cause those
neurotic
simulators-
me and Aaron are, because we never talked about this, but we both played the fuck out of it.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what's the context of this game?
It literally is what it sounds like. You start off a stage, and there's things that are dirty as fuck, and you have a power washer,
And you get different nozzles, and you can have different pressures, and it'll be like...
Did you know about this?
I didn't know about this one specifically, but I know there's like work simulators where it's like you work at a grocery store and you're just running around like...
What the fuck?
But
Yeah.
Is that like what rich people do to feel normal or something?
well, I'm not rich, and I love Power Wash Simulator.
It
That
makes
game
me
is,
feel rich.
like,
Okay, I kind of get it though, because I watch a guy on TikTok who like, he's like a lawn care guy. So he like mows people's lawns. If they're really overgrown, he does it for free. He like mows people's lawns. He power washes their driveways and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's
I've
very
seen that.
satisfying to
Oddly
watch.
satisfying.
It is, yeah.
So I'm going to say something that instinctively and immediately every male listening to this is going to identify with is watching them clean cow hooves.
Oh no, I love it.
The
Wait,
scraping?
I'm a girl. I'm a female. I love
Not
that.
anymore, you ain't.
I am obsessed with Nate the Hoof Guy. I am obsessed.
That's funny.
I have unfortunate news for you.
Wait, what?
You're a man now. Welcome to the club.
I knew it.
Just watching them like carve the hoof and then
Yes. Well,
they
like-
hit the little pus pockets and it just...
Yeah.
It's like squirts
I,
out.
I so I've never seen these videos before.
What?
Oh my god, you would love
think
them.
about it. But my first job was on a horse ranch. I cleaned hooves for a living. Like that's
I
not,
never
like,
cleaned the hooves because we had a farrier. Well, I cleaned the hooves. I never trimmed the hooves because we had a farrier.
Yeah,
but I would
we've had a
watch
farrier too,
him.
yeah.
The smell was like the worst thing in the world.
I agree.
But I would watch him and I was so fascinated. And I was like, oh my god. And then it would like be so nice at the end. And so I started getting those videos on TikTok and I was like, oh my god, I love this. This is a thing.
Fantastic.
I can't believe it.
Hell yeah.
So now that you're a dude, you want to go find some women to go lie to?
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm gonna lie to so many bitches.
Hella bitches.
Yeah, I can't wait to
damn it.
gaslight some bitches.
It's great. You can join us now.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, woman, I will give you the world, and then go cheat on her like right after that.
Hey, the last episode I was on involved a guy getting kicked out of the fucking German Navy because of sleeping with hella bitches.
Now B can join us. Woohoo! Anyways, welcome to Required Taste Podcast. We are a history predominantly podcast. If you are new, welcome. We appreciate you giving us a chance. I hope you stay. Hope you enjoy us and listen to all the rest of our episodes. We have like 96.
I feel like
there's
we
a
might
lot.
have knocked that male-female out of balance that we just worked for.
Oh, fuck.
In that past like 4 minutes.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, I mean, I think all the ladies, we all know what we would do if we like were dudes for a day.
You
so.
got the first helicopter.
Straight
Oh,
up.
yeah.
And then see what you could fit it into. Mm-hmm. Like how many objects around the home you could fit it into.
Yeah.
So
Easily.
that's like the one thing women are always like, guys will fuck anything, guys will fuck a tree. And I'm like, most of it's out of curiosity.
Yeah.
And I'm like, tell me you would do different.
Some might call it science,
I do.
you know?
I mean, I would like to elaborate on this discussion in an aftertaste one day because I have
should.
some
Very
things to
true.
say
We should,
that are not
actually.
appropriate for the main show.
Yeah, so again, if you're new, we also do have a Patreon channel called Aftertaste, where we talk about everything we don't discuss on our actual daytime. I guess we call it daytime podcast.
Our
Yeah.
Our
family
daytime-
friendly.
We say the word fuck a lot though, but I mean,
Yeah.
but still, it is more family. I mean, because we do at least have a topic. We do talk about things that are historical or mystery or stuff like that. We do have some good content. The night podcast, Aftertaste, we have no good content. It's just us talking a lot of shit, and it's
Get it? It's
very raunchy.
Taste like after hours.
Yeah, we talk some hot shit for sure.
Yeah. It,
It's good stuff.
I love your sell on that was like, it's real garbage. Like, there's no good content. Please come listen to it.
Yeah.
You won't learn anything.
No.
You
that's
learn a lot about
understandable.
us.
The first two,
Personally.
the first two episodes were very sexual in nature.
I don't think we actually got sexual the last one at all.
No,
we
it
didn't.
wasn't.
Yeah.
No, we actually kept it not about what's in our pants.
Am I the problem?
We may have stumbled
Think we-
onto something.
Might have found something here.
Sorry, guys.
That's
So,
going in your
anyways,
performance
if
review.
you are a returning listener to our podcast, we appreciate you coming back. Just so everybody knows, we do have a party for our second year anniversary coming on March 23rd. Come out. 2-4 Local. It's over in Hammond. If you enjoy drinking, they have some really, really good beers there. Our beer is going to be coming out, so you'll have the return of the Two Blind Mice with a touch of honey. So we got a little bee in there. It's gonna be great.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, come out, support us, support local business, and Memos Jr. is gonna be there too. So shout out to Eris for coming through, helping us out with the food. We appreciate that. That's super dope. So yeah, we hope to see you all there. If you can, that'd be nice. Also, if you don't drink, they do have a dry bar too, or not. I'm sorry, a non-alcoholic bar. They're one of the few places out here that actually do have non-alcoholic cocktails.
Yeah.
So you can actually have a tasty beverage and not be alcoholic. So it's totally cool. We just want to see you. So come out, eat some tacos, have some bevs, and chill with us. That'd be super, super dope.
Hang out with us.
Yeah, just come hang out.
Bring me back my power washer.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
That's the only reason I'm here.
Bring John's power washer and put it in
Right.
my
You know who you are.
Stop giving away power washers.
No.
Right. Like how much, like you just
I
must
am a
have
power
money.
washer man for the people.
God damn.
Bring me your sick.
He's like, if
I
I'm
will
not-
give you a power washer.
If I'm not the power washer guy, then who am I?
I have one purpose. Don't take this away from me.
Jeez. Anywho, so we do start off every episode with a little bit of bullshit, a little bit of banter, just kind of breaking the ice, getting us a little bit active in the mood. If you haven't couldn't already tell, that's kind of what we do right now. Anywho, so if you skip ahead in the episode, maybe 15, 20 minutes or so, you usually get to the content of it. But if you just want to hear us get warmed up, hear us sell some jokes, hear us try to figure out the mystery of John Smith's power washer, stay tuned. You're going to like this.
Yeah, you should really check it out. Listen to that.
Indeed. So what's our question for the day, Deej? You usually have one for us.
Yeah, I do. So, because of the episode today, what is your guys' favorite movie, mythical, or fantasy character?
Oh, geez, that's a huge
That's
question.
a really
It
big
is.
question.
It's a big question, but I can go first.
You
Give
should
guys
have
some
given
time.
us time for this one.
Give you guys some time.
Yeah.
You know,
What's up?
I got to go with Leprechaun. He's my absolute
The
favorite.
evil one?
The evil one. Yeah.
Yes, Leprechaun in the Hood is a classic.
He's hilarious. He's so fucking funny, man. Everything he does. There's like a scene, I think it's in Leprechaun in the Hood, and maybe it's in Leprechaun 2, where like he gets hit by a car and his arm is like attached to the windshield, and you just see his hand like form a middle finger. Because the guy's like, we finally killed him. And then like he's just like, fuck you. And then you see little Leprechaun just like running behind him. Fucking hilarious. He's definitely one of my favorites. And like if you could make a Hood movie, of anything, like I'm sold. I'm sold on it.
Leprechaun in the Hood was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the best one.
That was instant classic.
Mm-hmm.
Should be awarded, highly touted, if you will.
Yeah.
It's a good one. Dude, that's a big question, man.
Right?
That's a really big question.
It's a big one.
I mean, I was just talking about Godzilla, so I guess I'll go with Godzilla. I mean, that's more of a kaiju kind of thing.
Okay,
but,
I like that. Yeah. Godzilla's the perfect one.
I mean, I do enjoy giant monsters, though. I mean, because we had, all of those. So, yeah, King Ghidorah, Mothra, Godzilla, of course. And then, there's so many kaiju. I mean, then you also have the Pacific Rim movies.
Oh, yeah.
With those,
I only watched the first one.
The first one was great. The second one was...
I never saw any of them.
The first one was awesome. Like, it's fun. It's fun, dude. Like, definitely watch it. The second one,
I don't know. Like, I would need a day to find out what my favorite one is.
Yeah, I would need to go back through every movie I've ever watched.
God,
I will say the funniest thing I can think of when I think of mythical creatures is just because I get talking to female friends and whatnot. Like, any of them that are reading books are reading some fairy fuck porn books.
Fairy?
Oh, it's smut.
Fairy. They call it fae.
Oh, that's okay. Maybe
Brandy's like, oh wait, I have that book.
So the books that the show True Blood is based on. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
True Blood? So that has some fairy porn in it.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I'm not kink shaming, but I'm just out of all the things that I thought
I read those books so I could see the appeal. I get it.
I don't think I know, because most of my female friends are big readers, which is great. Get your read on, girl. But a lot of it smut.
I mean,
the majority of it smut.
When it comes to reading smut, it is dominated by the female.
Dude, there's so much of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
There is a lot of
What
it.
makes me
That's how you
mad
sell
is
books, goddammit.
You're right, though.
what makes me mad is
fair.
I read the whole 50 Shades of Grey series, and it is the worst goddamn writing. The woman who wrote that series does not know how to write fiction at all whatsoever. I'm reliable because I have a writing degree. No, but no, for real though, she has no idea how to write. It's horrible, and I'm there is so much better literary porn than this. I was so mad that it was so popular.
Put some effort into it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What if I narrowed it down to a movie instead of a character? Would that be easier?
No.
No. Honestly, no.
I did. So last year I went on vacation and it involved me driving for 16 hours straight. And so there and back, 16 hours there, 16 hours back. And my friend told me to listen to the audiobook Monster Hunters International, which is a book about a whole series of mythical creatures. There's zombies. It's basically the idea that any kind of mythical creature you've heard of exists, and this group goes out and hunts the bad ones.
There's so many shows and books like that. Concept.
It was good, but kind of what you were saying. Holy shit, the writer cannot.
Awful.
The dialogue.
Yeah.
And then the worst part about it was it was an audiobook, so you have a narrator, and he would do the female voices, and then the female dialogue was if you asked a 12-year-old to write female dialogue.
Oh no.
And it was just either incredibly sexist or just
there's so many memes out there of male authors describing women, and it's
it's tough.
Rough.
It's real tough.
The worst things in the entire world.
It is rough.
The weirdest ways to describe a human being ever.
That's fair. That's very fair. I've been coming from you have a writing degree. I've been published and as a writer, so cool. I have a little bit of experience. And when it comes to writing dialogue is for one very tough because it's hard to sound natural.
That's honestly dialogue was what I specialized in college.
Oh, I would have needed you years ago when I was still actually writing. Where were you?
That was the thing that I was always best at was dialogue.
How dare you be missing from my life when I needed you the most?
I'm sorry.
The audacity that you carry with you.
I'm sorry.
That's because you're a dude now doesn't mean you got to carry all that audacity with you.
I sure do. My pockets are so much bigger now to carry all the audacity.
I swear, our women listeners are just dying right now. They have to be dying right now.
The fucking audacity.
Oh shit! All right, B, what's your thing? If you can just pick one, because this is a tough one.
The only one I can think of at the moment, I'd need more time for this. Maybe we'll come back to it later. But Falcor from Neverending Story was a cool one.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I can think of.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. That's
Fucking
tight.
Falcor. Man, that was such a good movie.
That was, dude.
I
have not seen that
I
movie.
cry every time.
Yeah.
I can't blame you for that.
That's a heartbreaking scene, man,
is,
for
it is.
sure.
Oof.
You said you've never seen it?
No, it's I've seen it like once, and that was like
Enough.
Honestly.
not enough, but like it had to have been like early 2000s. It's been probably 20 plus years.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a
you
while.
should watch it again. It's
I don't think I
very
need
strange. Yeah, you probably don't need to.
to. I don't think I need to.
It's one of those things where it's best if it stays in the memory.
It kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anytime you go back and you're like, wow, this video game was great when I was younger, and you go back and it's just fucking terrible to look at.
It does. Well, the graphical wise, yeah, that's always a rough one. Usually they're remaking they're re-releasing Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2.
Already pre-ordered.
Yeah, same here actually. It was like $35. I'm like, yeah, $35. I got that. I could spend $35 on this. Do 64-player multiplayer? This will be fucking tight. But those graphics are rough, man. But the game was so good, it's okay.
So they're saying they've revamped all the graphics.
You've seen the trailer for it though, right?
No.
Yeah. It's,
Oh no.
yeah, dog. It's not like
I'm gonna go cry.
okay. Well, don't do it in here. I live in here. We don't cry in this house.
Mute me. Mute me right now.
We don't cry in this house. We just repress our feelings and drink whiskey.
I just imagine Charlie like every day, like he has like a time he goes outside and like, what are you doing? He's just like, nothing. I'm just going go for a walk. And he just goes and cries.
Going to the cry shack.
We do have one of those.
He's a squonk coming later in the podcast.
Oh, okay.
That's
yeah, because thank you. I'm like, what the fuck?
You'll find out. You'll find
We're
out.
going to get there.
Yeah.
All right. So
I thought we were getting into like some Gen Z fucking verbiage that I just don't. It's gone way over my head.
Yeah.
that's where I was at on. I'm like, what just
Not
happened to me?
Where they talk about the fucking Rizzler and
Do we have to?
no, we don't.
Thank you.
We should probably not try to use Gen Alpha slang, Gen Z slang.
You know, like so
We're just gonna
Spotify.
get rid of all those listeners.
It's funny because like so Spotify of course like gives us such a great breakdown, which I love about Spotify. They give us like a breakdown of like our listeners, genders and their age range, all that stuff. Yeah, the majority of our listeners, like 65% of them actually are millennials. Well,
Yeah.
like 35 to 44.
Because we're millennials. That's probably why.
Yeah, I mean, well, you guys aren't 35 though.
No, we're millennials though.
Yeah.
Well,
we're
I know.
millennials.
I'm just saying in this range. So the other 30% of our listeners are 28 to 34, which will be you guys. But still, I think that's still millennial.
Up to no
80
What does it cut off at?
89, right? Or something like that?
No, it's 80.
Or
It's
86?
before that because I'm 87 and I'm still in that shit.
Look it up.
Yeah, I'm about to say to the internet.
Hang on. I got this.
To the internet. But yeah, so the majority of our listeners are either Gen X or millennial because there's like 0% between 23 and 27. A good old goose egg.
Yeah.
God damn it.
1981 and 1996.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Wait, are you even in that shit, John? How old are you?
I'm 31.
Oh.
God, I always forget that you're like an actual child.
You define actual child as 31.
Yes.
I mean, I'm for
well,
it. If
I'm
I
like-
can qualify as a child, I will go be someone's child.
Hey, I had a coworker tell me that I looked like I was in my early 20s. Like
I can see that.
the other day, and I was like, "Oh my god, thank you."
Well, there's that whole thing going around the internet that millennials have aged or are aging better than Gen Z.
Yeah, I saw that.
I've actually got to believe it though, because we actually did age pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
I think so.
Are you talking about that one, the one guy who does like the restaurant secrets?
Oh, Jordan, what's his last name? Jordan something?
yeah.
Oh, that guy. I love that guy.
Yeah, we share a birthday, oddly enough.
Yeah. I found out he's 26.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't like that.
What? He looks-
Yeah, because people always say it looks like Method Man's dad or Method Man's older brother. To which he then started doing those videos with Method Man, which is actually pretty good. Good for him. He made it pretty far
Yeah.
in his career, which is good for him. Anywho, all right. So this week we actually have a topic. By the way, we do have something to talk about today. We're going to talk about some mythical creatures and what have you. There's so fucking many. So we're just going to talk about a few today. We're probably going to have to do a few more of these, to be honest with
Yeah,
you, though.
let's make it a series.
We need to make a series out of this because there's a lot. Like I was going to research two. I made it through one. I'm like, I need to stop looking at this for a while. There's so much.
There's a lot.
There's so much. So we're going to have to do a series of these. So prepare yourselves. Because we're talking about some myths today. And I think we're starting off with Deesh this time around, dude. What you got?
Oh yeah, I got a good one. So I picked basically any type of small mythical creature that you can think of, and there's a lot of them. I will say, because first comes to mind is like leprechaun, pixie, a gremlin, but there is quite a few.
Gnomes.
Gnomes, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And even trolls, because trolls can be giants and they can be small too. Because I think of trolls, I think of Ernest Scared Stupid, and that dude was like fucking 3 foot tall.
Well, I think of like the little the toys with the hair.
Oh, the troll
Yeah,
wells?
that also, yeah.
My first thought was like the troll underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
That actually
Yeah,
riddles.
like a bridge
Yeah.
troll.
Yeah, that's my
Or the
first
troll
thought.
from Harry Potter that's like massive.
I've never seen
Yeah, that's what I mean. I've read about big ones
away
and
from me.
smalls.
I'm in my own house.
Get out.
Right? You can't kick me out of my own house.
So yeah, it turns out most countries and cultures have their own little versions of a leprechaun or a pixie or a fairy or something like that. So I'm going to go over some of these because they're fucking hilarious.
Lay it on us.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to start with your favorite, Aaron, in France. Yeah, I figured this was a good one to go off
I
here.
love it.
I feel like anytime you like, I don't know what it is, but like when I think mythical creatures, I think of like Greece or Rome or like anywhere else. I'm like, oh yeah, it's a cultural thing. When I think of France and mythical creatures, for some reason I'm just like, they're fucking stupid. Like they're just wrong.
You know, one day our podcast is going to be famous and it's going to make its way to France. And that whole country's going to declare war on us. They're going to
God.
lose, but you know.
They're going to revolt us.
Yeah.
France can only
They're
win
going to
a
light their
war
own city on fire.
against-
to get us out.
The French are only good at fighting one person, and it's themselves.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're great at it.
That's cool
They
with
are
me.
Fantastic.
If
Like,
we can
I-
go to France and make them destroy their own country, that's a win in my book. They're fucking check and mate.
Yeah, they are not going to like us very much. And that's okay.
So the France version of this little guy is called a lutin.
Mhm.
I don't know how to say that in French talk.
Well, you don't have a cigarette in your mouth, so.
That is true. I'm acting like I do.
Oh, there
My
you go.
hand like
It's in
automatically
his
did
hand.
that.
It's pronounced baguette.
It's a lutin.
It's pronounced omelette.
It's
New fromage.
a stupid lutin.
Ah,
Yeah, there it goes. I had to do a full sentence with
There
the
you
French
go.
accent, and then I can get it.
So proud of you.
So lutins are basically hobgoblins. They started in French folklore. They spread from like French settlers from Quebec to the Cajun territory. They're hobgoblins whose main role in life is to cause strife for humans.
I thought you said hot goblins,
Hobgoblin.
and I was like, who's judging the hotness of these goblins? and is there a different category
Which,
for the ugly goblins?
Goblins. Not generally thought of as a hot creature, I would think.
So they carry out all the usual like fairy like tricks. Like they can make food go bad. They steal things. And they do a lot of hair related mischief, which is weird. They like to fuck with people's hair.
Let them bald.
So this is one of the things they do. They like to go in the barn with horses and they like to knot up the horse's hair. Like at night, and then they'll go into people's houses, like, and they'll create knots in their hair while they're sleeping, and they're just these little, like a stupid little. If you put a knot in your hair and you wake up pissed off,
That's why you wake up with bad head is because it was the goblins.
I like how so far all of these things are just like, hey man, they make food go bad. You know, like it always fucking does. or they
It's
put
like
knots in your hair.
They're
which-
blaming goblins for all of the minor inconveniences in
Right.
life.
it's a stupid goblin again.
Like, I lost my keys. Damn it, it's the goblins.
Man, I have to fucking pay taxes. Fucking goblins. I mean,
mean,
that one's factual.
That, actually, yeah. I was about to say, that actually kind of works, dude. Like, let's hold on to that one.
So
start referring to the government as goblins.
They kind of are.
yeah, have you seen some of these fucking guys?
Right?
Jesus Christ, man.
Look at, I mean, they're either goblins or walking corpses.
They look like the Halloween mask that you buy of
skinwalkers.
old people at the Halloween store. That's
Yeah,
what they
you're
look
not
like.
wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think most of the conspiracy theorists who are like, oh man, if you look real close, you can see the mask. They're all crazy people. However, like, I'm like, you're wrong, but I see why you think that.
Yeah, yeah.
And not only do they tie knots in your hair at night, they also like to cut your hair, give you a little in the middle of the night.
Oh, that sounds like such a French thing to do.
You little fuckers. You're going to look so stupid in the morning.
I mean, that's kind of nice, honestly. They're helping keep your hair short.
It's like that's how you would know if in the morning you would smell like cigarette smoke.
Oh,
Like as soon as
jeez.
you
Yeah.
wake up and you'd be like, oh, this fucking
You,
Lutins.
you wake up, you've got like a sick fade.
They're also known to have a power of invisibility. They can just kind of turn invisible, out of nowhere.
Cool.
And they're very good at playing pranks, as most of these little fuckers I'm going to talk about are. Little.
So we have a theme essentially.
They're little bastards. That's the fucking theme right there. You can, if you happen to piss off a Luton, which is basically like, getting any way aggressive towards one for them playing their little pranks, the best way to get rid of them is a little bit of salt. They don't like salt.
Okay, good to know.
Like throw it at them, or
They said just a little sprinkle of salt.
just
Is it like where you
anywhere?
to protect yourself
Yeah,
from
put it
mythical
around your
creatures,
bed.
you do like a circle
Put it
of
in the doorway.
salt?
He
Like-
sneaks in. He goes, son of a bitch. The salt.
like
I was in a mood for something sweet.
We cannot go any further.
what's that TV show with the Winchester brothers or
Supernatural,
where they
yeah.
fucking pour salt across?
They have guns that have salt bullets that they like shoot at the ghosts and shit.
Hey man, I'm not against rock salt shells. That shit fucking
Oh, that would hurt so bad.
It hurts and then it burns because you have salt.
Sodium wound, yeah, literally.
Oh, ew, ow.
I'm imagining the French goblin going in. He sees the salt. He goes, fuck, we must do what we do best and retreat.
Damn. One last dig.
And pouring salt around the area is how they got French fries.
Hey.
Now you know,
All right.
The more you know. There you go. All right.
and that's a
Gotta keep
fact.
the goblins away from my
Obviously.
potatoes.
From your potatoes.
Yeah.
Fucking bastard.
They would make them go
goblins.
bad.
Okay,
Food wouldn't go bad without goblins. I mean,
Yeah, it's like that's how you preserve the food. It's because you put the salt on there and the goblins can't make it go bad.
what if it's like, it's not
That's
even
actually-
magic. He just
that-
like spits on the food like,
but I mean
that now.
that's solid logic. Actually.
Maybe, yeah, that's
If you
and that's how we came to use salt as a preservative. We're a history podcast.
keeps the French away.
We are. All right.
Okay, maybe the French were onto something.
Keep that in your back pocket. Salt keeps French away. This food has seasoning. Disgusting.
No, that's the British.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, well,
The French are supposed to have like really good food, I thought.
it's true.
They have bread.
Okay, no, I'm thinking about the British again. Yeah, I think like
They have bread and cheese and wine.
well, because like when I think about the British and UK in general, I'm pretty sure and I could be wrong. So if I am, please correct me. But I'm pretty sure the number one food in England is Indian food.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because they don't have any of their own.
They're like,
They
let's
literally
just
stole it from everywhere else.
co-opt a food that actually has some flavor.
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say I can't see them tolerating it
Because of the spice.
Yeah, like
Well,
it's
I
got
mean-
curry.
I feel like maybe, a couple generations in now from like Indian food becoming probably common over there.
Sure.
They've built up a tolerance.
And I mean, they did starve the fuck out of the Indians. They probably have a good stockpile of.
We're a history podcast. I mean, it's not. He's telling the truth, but still,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
They starved the fuck out of them.
it is this true story. But anywho, what else we got, Deja?
genocide.
Okay, yeah, let's go to the next one. This one's from Japan. And this one, like, you would think it's from Japan. You're like, oh, it's going to be like a little samurai. Fucking ninja. No,
It's incredibly racist.
nothing like
Why
that.
would you assume their mythical creature is a samurai?
I'm sorry. I wasn't afraid to say what I was thinking out loud. All right.
Yeah, why would that be their thing?
You know the mythical Japanese creatures, samurai.
That wasn't even my first thought.
Whatever.
It's not even the top 10 at this point.
Like I was thinking, like I think of like Bleach and like the fucking guys with the masks.
I never watched Bleach, so I can't tell you what they're called.
You've never watched Bleach?
Yeah, I never bothered with
Dragons, like the long dragon. That's China, though.
Well, there's dragons in Japan too.
There's dragons everywhere.
There
There are
are.
dragons everywhere, which we're not talking about dragons
It's,
today.
it's too bad we don't
That's
know
my
about
fault.
it. You know?
That's my bad. Carry on.
Yeah, so this one's name is Sukumogami.
Nailed
Did I
it.
get that? I think I nailed that one. That was pretty close.
You're doing great.
Yeah, so he has the ability to turn himself into household objects, specifically tools.
Seems useful.
So yeah, so this is like one of those
Every male ever. Turn themselves into a tool.
Does he turn himself into a power washer?
into
Hey, he can come hit me up.
yeah, you fucking wish he did. Yep. So Japanese in Japanese culture, they have a thing every New Year to where they get rid of old tools and objects every New Year, and this is supposed to be to get rid of a Sukumogami because he possesses that shit and he will wreak havoc on your fucking house. if you don't get rid of them on New Year's.
Interesting.
Which is a weird New Year's tradition we didn't run into when we did that episode. You guys should check that episode out. We talked about New Year's traditions.
That was a good episode.
That was a good one.
That's fucking wild. That they're just like, well, I had this hammer for 11 months. I gotta fucking toss this shit out.
Or it's gonna kill you.
There's
Sounds
probably more to it.
expensive.
There's probably more to it because that sounds incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
And they're a country of recycling heavily. So like, I'd be surprised if they just yeeted everything out the window.
Well,
They
they
throw
say
everything into a big
Maybe
pile.
they, like,
Someone
trade
comes, collects it.
the tradition has it that any tool over 100 years old may become animated with a soul and become to life, you know. And most people aren't like really buying new tools every year. They're using tools that have
Passed
just been
down
passed down. So there's a year's tradition
totally.
of just like getting rid of like old tools, you know,
Gotcha.
that hit this mark, you know.
So not a lot of antique tool collectors over there.
I don't think there's a lot of collection going on in like Japanese culture. Is there? You know,
What do you mean?
I don't think they're really like materialistic like that. You know,
Well,
5
not like we are.
billion Hello Kitty toys.
But like,
Beg to differ.
yeah,
they sell those. Yeah, those are for sale though. To Americans.
And them over there, they like those.
Yeah, they do,
true.
but not like we do. It's just a bit ridiculous, honestly. Anywho, yeah, they. I mean, there's traditions, of course, with like, you know, like passing down my tool. Like if I'm like a craftsman, I'll give you what I have, sure, but you know, there's not like they don't collection like we do though.
Yeah,
we're hoarders compared to them.
Yeah,
but also we have bigger houses than they do too by a lot. It's
true.
So like,
it's very true.
we hold on to shit here.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna get into the next one. This one is kind of like Spanish, Spain, Latin America culture. His name is Duende. He's a small elf-like creature. I know, right? Slides right off the tongue. From Iberian folklore. So this like is a tradition that later migrated to Central and South America. One thing to note about this guy: he has no thumbs. What? Kind of sucks.
Okay,
It's unfortunate.
all right.
I don't
Good to
know, you know, which could be good or bad, you know. Whatever,
guess.
you know. So these guys can be good or bad. This is a folklore that they created in Spanish culture to like make their kids be good because they would say.
We've talked about this before. We've talked about the duende before in a different episode.
Have we?
Have we?
Yes, because I remember researching this guy.
Wow, I don't.
But I
don't
can't remember
talking
what
about him.
episode it
We
was
have
for.
so much shit.
It was one of the Halloween episodes.
Maybe, yeah,
Okay.
because he basically steals children in the middle of the night who have been acting
Yeah,
bad.
we were talking about Krampus.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so he was probably like a little fucking off-breed of one of the Krampuses.
yeah, something like that. I know we've
Yeah, I
talked
mean
about
that's
him before.
they're definitely close in,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
name, so that makes
Yeah.
or in what they do, so that would make sense. We talked about it.
Yep.
I don't think we mentioned this though, because this I don't remember this part, but they're known for clipping your toenails at night.
Oh, that seems nice.
So
Stay the fuck away from my
if you
feet.
have your feet hanging over the bed, they're known to clip toenails.
That's kind of
Also known to take a toe or two.
See,
you
that's the
upset
part.
I feel like you lead with that.
Yeah, maybe.
Listen, buenos noches, my friend.
What if it's just like,
I don't think.
what if it's like
okay.
a new recruit of theirs? And they're like, all right, man, yeah, you just go and clip the toenails. And they're like, oh, I have the whole toe. And like,
I got the toes, my friend.
I said the nails, the fucking nails. Not the toe.
Oh God. Okay, so I'm gonna get into a more popular one here that I mentioned earlier already is leprechauns. Mm-hmm. This is my fucking
In the
favorite,
hood.
you know, in the hood specifically.
Indeed.
Yeah. In the hoods of Ireland. Like I gotta find like where's like the ghetto in Ireland?
Probably
you know?
somewhere in the south.
Because
Yeah.
we talked about like the Yule lads. Do you remember that and all that stuff?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
the
was
fucking
yeah,
Yule
Yeah.
lads.
the-
Well, I remember
the-
that part.
A bunch of fucking Yule lads. Yeah.
I
These
feel like
creepy
there's no
fucks.
hood in Ireland.
I was just making a joke about the south of Ireland, but I don't know the
Right
answer.
over the head. Just
Well, because you know why I say that,
yeah.
but like yeah, most people probably don't understand the joke for that. It's fine. It's fine. Just look up the history between Ireland and the rest of the UK. You'll figure out that real quick. Anywho,
Literally just the history of Ireland. Like,
well, yeah, Ireland versus England, and
jeez.
yeah, that's a whole other thing. Anywho, but
We should
yeah,
do an episode.
I actually want to go to Ireland, and I don't know if there is any like necessarily quote. I mean, every country has a bad area, sure,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I don't know. Never been there.
I'm gonna
We'll
go
figure
where
it
all,
out.
all the ruckus is. You know, see what's going down in one of those pubs. You know,
Yeah.
I want to go to like Ireland's bone dry. you know?
Yes.
There's probably a lot more than there are here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a little dive bar.
Yeah,
there has to be. That'd be great.
And it's probably from the fucking 1300s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh man, I like
Old as
made on
fuck.
stone,
It's like
the same
carved
bricks.
into the side of a hill.
Oh, I would love to drink there. That'd be so good.
Yeah.
I didn't see like an Irish version of myself. It'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay, so leprechauns are probably the most famous out of all the little guys I'm going to talk about. You guys know them for, the pot of gold, the rainbow, the fucking beard, the green stuff. That's all the popular stuff. What I didn't know is they're known for being shoemakers, and that's actually how they got his name. The word leprechaun is derived from an old Irish word, lu corpain, which means small body, which is also associated with another Irish word for shoemaker, which is leith brogan, which I can't do an Irish accent because it probably sounds way better in Irish.
Yeah, you got me on that one, dude. I got nothing.
But they were
Call
like
it Ben.
basically little cobblers, little shoe cobblers.
He would hate to do one. I've never heard Ben do an accent in the first place, let alone an Irish one.
Yeah.
And isn't he Scottish?
I don't know.
He's got
Anyways,
red hair.
Yeah, red hair.
okay.
Irish.
Yeah.
When he shows up to both of your houses, piss the fuck off after hearing about this. Well, we're gonna see him later today, probably. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about this shit. By the way, it's when you mentioned that because this episode comes out right after St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, hell yeah. That's
Oh,
perfect.
perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Good shit.
Yeah, so the Sunday before this episode will air is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, everyone's going to be hungover. It doesn't matter what we say. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
But Ben won't. He doesn't drink.
He'll be hungover on Mountain Dew.
Okay, you're probably right. Anyways, you got me there.
Okay, so leprechauns are basically known to be shoemakers. Like if you need your shoe to get fixed, leprechauns are known to go to your house and fucking, hoity-toity and fucking put your shit together.
There you go. There it is. There it is. There it is.
There's the racist.
Got it.
Get some. I am part Irish. So
Oh, so
Wait,
you
you.
can say it.
What? Is that how like most white people are like, I've got Native American in me?
130
those are the
seconds.
worst.
it truly is. The Irish is the
Like
weakest link in me, though.
that's what I have black friends of
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm not racist. I have black friends.
I'm 2.3% Native American.
Wasn't there a politician that said that shit?
Probably.
Wasn't it? What's her name from
Fuck, yeah.
Alaska? No, not Alaska.
No.
No. It was
I'm going to look this up. I know it's a Republican.
God, I can't remember who it was. It was because it was like all over the place. I'm pretty sure it was a Democrat actually.
Was it Warren Buffett?
No, it was a woman. Or
It was a woman.
It was, yeah, I forgot who it was though. Yeah, get back to me on that. Because it was all over the news. Because she was like, "Oh, part of American." It was like 0.2%.
Yeah. I feel like that sounds familiar.
It was all over the news.
Yeah.
She was making this huge stink about something.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
Wait, wasn't it Pelosi? Not Pelosi.
It was not Pelosi.
Man, that's gonna drive me nuts. Get back to me on that. Keep going, Deej.
I'm just getting like actual Native American congresswoman. And I'm like, no, I don't care about you.
Right.
I mean, it kind of sounds like a Sarah Palin thing to say.
It does sound like
See,
a
that's
Sarah-
where I was going for. Like, yeah, from Alaska, but like, that wasn't her either. though. No, it wasn't. Anyways, carry on, Deej.
So leprechauns are known to
Elizabeth
basically
Warren.
So wait, I was right? Who did I say? I said Pelosi. Yeah, Warren. That's what it was.
Okay.
God
Oh
damn
God,
it.
it's controversial.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Oh, so
I remember
bad.
that, like, those were the.
It was bad.
Yeah. She was trying to, like, speak on behalf of Native Americans for something.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was something with the pipeline, I think. Back when that was still going on. I think. It's been so long. We don't talk about politics on this channel anyways.
We don't. Let's not.
We're just making fun of people for saying they're like a point something of bullshit.
Yeah.
Like Deej just did.
It's like
Carry on.
every white girl in the universe. I'm like 2.3% Native American.
I'm so spiritual.
Cherokee. I'm Cherokee. My Native American name is Little Bear.
10% bitch.
And they are.
Okay, leprechauns. They are known to expose people's greed. This is where the pot of gold comes from because they basically, they're a little shoemaker cobbler, and they're like, "Hi, friend, I know where you can get some gold." And anybody who's greedy would be like, "Okay, cool," and if you can catch the leprechaun, that's the thing. If you can physically catch him, he's supposed to grant you 3 wishes. And
He gives you Lucky Charms.
I don't know where the rainbow came from, actually. I think like that eventually became a kid's story, and that somehow got implemented of it because this guy likes to play tricks. He would be like, he would give you your 3 wishes, and he'll be like, "Okay, I'll tell you where the pot of gold is now." And he'll be like, "There's a red handkerchief tied around a tree, And, you go to this forest and you'll find it, and the guy will go to the forest and it's filled with trees tied with red handkerchiefs. You know what I mean? And all of the wishes that he grants usually comes with some kind of bad stipulation.
Like a monkey's paw type thing.
Yeah, exactly. He's a real evil, sniping little bastard, and I love him. He's my favorite, yeah. But did you guys know he actually has a drunk cousin?
Oh.
He's not drunk already?
Oh, please do tell.
Yes, this guy's called the Cluricon.
Okay.
What does Cluricon do?
Fucking what?
That's like you're trying to say leprechaun, but you're drunk. You're like,
The
oh, leprechaun.
So something like fixing your shoes, he like throws up in them?
No, this is the best right here. So he's a small redheaded chap who's basically wears out like a turned inside out suit.
Oh, this sounds extremely racist. Please carry on.
And this is like the wild child of the folklore. He's like the crazy one. So he's just a roaring drunk. He loves to hang out in people's wine cellars and where people make and brew. So if you are making wine, beer, whiskey, you're going to find one of these little cocksuckers. And his thing is he keeps it nice and clean for you. He organizes your bottles. He helps you out, but you have to give him liquor.
Oh.
You just got to feed him liquor.
So,
and he's
like
good to
every
go.
bar back that I've ever met.
They're Chloricons now.
He
No, we know.
sweeps a little bit. He's like, hey, can I get a beer though?
Like, this sounds like every bar back at every dive bar I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Am I a Chloricon? Just like a tall one?
Yes.
Now the tricky part is you can't annoy a Chloricon. And this is like, how do you not annoy a drunk person? Like,
How does a drunk person not annoy you?
it's true. But that's what I mean. Like, he's annoying you and you got to be nice. So if you do anything to backflare him, he's going to
Ask him
drink
for-
all your shit.
He does what?
He's going to drink all of your fucking. Your
I thought you said freeze. I'm like, how does he have ice powers now? Who gave a drunk superpowers? Anyways.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna drink it all.
Yeah, and it also has this little tidbit about him. He's known for having a little, like a rendition of an Irish folklore song that he sings and rides around on a horse around your house, like if he's happy and drunk.
Okay, you gonna sing it or what?
Where does
No, I
the
am
horse
not.
come from?
I am not.
So
Yeah, I don't know. It's something like there's something else about he likes to pet dogs too. He's a drunk.
Who doesn't?
I mean,
fuck.
same. I really identify with this guy.
He's just a drunk in your house. You're a good boy, aren't you?
I'm trying to look it up, but there's something. It's like Nordic, but they're like these group of people would come to the house, and it would be a horse skull, and like it'd be someone with like a sheet over their head holding like a pole with a horse skull at the end of it, and they would
Sounds
sing
horrifying.
it. They would sing at you, and like you would have to sing back, and whichever one fucked up, like if you fucked up, you'd have to give them like all your booze or something like that. It was
Oh my
something
God.
stupid like this, and I'm like drunk horse.
That just sounds like
Yeah.
something
I'm like-
dudes in a fraternity would
Yeah,
do.
they just show up to your house. They're like, "Sweet Caroline."
Oh no, what are the words?
All right, we're gonna fucking kill this guy.
Give me all your booze.
Drink all his shit.
Empty your garage fridge right now. Give it to me.
That does sound like something a fraternity would do.
Right?
Like, that really does. That's for real.
Like you show up at the rival fraternity's door, like singing the school theme song or something.
Oh, jeez.
And then the other ones are too drunk to sing it back. You're like, all right, you surrender all your booze, man.
That sounds like something that has happened.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Apparently, there's a song called "Drunk Horse."
Why wouldn't there be?
Okay, I'm gonna get into some other good ones. There's a lot, but I kind of picked out a couple that were really fucking funny.
Sure.
These one are called the Brownies. They're originated from Scotland, England, northern England. They are generally male and reside in the house carrying out useful household tasks. They like to polish floors, fix your bed, things like that. They're usually dressed like in rags, like dirty shit or
So
naked.
they're like house elves from Harry Potter.
Yeah, they're naked or they're wearing
You
like
don't
some
know what
dirty
I'm
shit,
talking about.
and they're
I actually do, because I played the video game, and the video game has all that stuff in there.
Well,
So in your face.
Oh, yeah.
then why do you always pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about?
Because it makes me happy to see you so bad.
you know what
It's called gaslighting, all right? You're a dude now.
Oh
Work-
yeah, I
get
forgot.
good.
Sorry.
Scrub.
we're trying to teach you.
Right. I'll lead by example.
So these might actually be connected.
The
Oh,
Brownies.
jeez. What did you just find?
It's called Mary Lude, and it's from South Wales. You
Oh,
have
no.
to see this fucking picture.
Oh no.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Whoa, what the fuck?
And this shows up to your.
That's the shittiest little fucking.
It's literally just like a horse skull
With
with,
a
a
sheet
sheet
on it.
and it comes to your door, and you have to sing to it. And if you fuck up, you have to give it all of your booze.
Haven't we talked about that before?
I don't know, but it's great.
Dude, that should be like a drinking game. Like if somebody doesn't finish the lyrics, they have to like take a shot.
Yeah.
That
I
seems
could
like
see
a
that
bit much.
being a good drinking game.
Continue. I'm gonna keep.
Well,
reading
there was
this.
that thing on TikTok for a while where like they would you would sit in a chair and you would be like kind of hovering over a pool, and if you fucked up the lyrics, they would let you go. You would fall into the pool.
Or they would do the pie face thing.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah.
So there has been a thing for it that doesn't involve alcohol.
Yeah.
So you can play.
Okay, so I'm gonna power through a couple of these. I'm not done with the brownies yet, but I know I've taken a little bit of time on the ones I got here. So the things with the brownies, they dress in the rags, they're naked. What I've noticed is all of these little guys have a secret thing that they want. That's the only thing that you can get them away from you, and they don't tell you what it is. Like they're never gonna be like,
Master has given Dobby a sock.
yeah, it's like a secret you have to find out. Like you have to deal with them and learn like, oh, they need this. So the thing is with the brownies, if you give them new clothes, they'll leave you alone. If not, they will continuously stay with
This is
you.
absolutely a house elf. This is 100% a house elf. J.K.
Yeah.
Rowling is just like co-opting. What are these called?
The brownies.
She's just co-opting brownies, turning
Yep.
them into her characters.
And I'm trying to figure out where they got the name brownies from, why there are exactly why that's the name, but they really don't have anything for that, like any like language it came from or anything like that. But they're basically known to clean your shit and until you fucking give them new clothes and then they leave.
So why would you want them to leave then if they're just always cleaning for you?
I think it's like overbearing at a certain point. Like, you know, like they're just naked little homeless looking fucking elves around your house. You
Or
know?
maybe it's kind of like the Harry Potter thing of like you accidentally gave it something, and so it's like fuck yeah, I'm free.
Oh, okay.
Or
Here it is. Yeah, it says brownies are quick to anger. If you irritate one, you may live to regret it. As once helpful household friends can turn into bogarts,
It's
Oh, Bogarts, that's another Harry Potter thing.
which is
this is
our
literally
brownies
just
gone
Dobby
bad.
the elf.
Yeah, Dobby and Bogarts.
They break things and throw objects.
What the fuck? So we're just reading Harry Potter at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. And there's so many different ones. Like there's one in Germany. And a lot of these things are just like they do things for you. And then if you piss them off, they fuck it up. Like the one in Germany is like another one. It's called the kobold. There's 3 different types of them. There is a household one. There's one that inhabits mines. And there's a seafaring one. And like they'd all derive some different. Like the mine ones is a fairy tale they had from knocking noises that would come in the mines. And they would make the story about the kobold that was in the mines, you know, to like, you know, just folklore, you know, telling stories around the fire, you know, which is where pretty much all of this came from. Because the only like document of any small people really there is pygmies, you know, and like pygmies are still around till this day, but that's got nothing to do with fucking leprechauns, you know, or anything like that.
German ones were oddly anti-Semitic though.
Surprise, surprise.
Okay, so this is the last one I'm going to do, which is going to be pixies.
Pixie.
Yeah, originally from England, they're miniature mischief-causing bastards.
They're always all these little guys are always causing mischief.
Yeah,
Can't they just chill for a while?
I will say DJ starts all of these off like they're little bastards.
Yeah.
And this one cleans your house. This one gives you a haircut. This one clips your toenails. So fucking asshole.
This one brings you a mimosa every morning.
How dare they?
This one does annoying shit, like when you light your candles in your house, because of course back then no electricity, they blow out your candles all the time.
They're like fire safety.
Yeah.
Ensure your house doesn't burn down. Pay your taxes.
Or they're constantly tapping, you know, or they could do magic where they like can turn your food and spoil it like immediately.
Again,
you know?
with the
like, again the spoiling
food
of the
spoilage.
food, you know.
Because that needs magic. It doesn't happen otherwise.
Well, it speeds up the process. 'cause
And
it's fucking food.
now they turned this around in 1904 when a Scottish novelist, J.M. Barrie, created Tinkerbell in a play. And they kind of turned the fairy into this annoying little bitch.
She is a bitch in the like Peter Pan Disney movie.
Is she?
She's a bitch.
Oh, wow.
She
Okay,
like tries to kill Wendy.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because wasn't she just jealous?
Yeah, she
The
was
entire
jealous
time?
because
Yeah.
Peter Pan was paying attention to Wendy, so
Right.
she like, tries to like throw her to the mermaids and like all
Yeah.
other shit.
That's the thing it says about fairies. They're very like self-centered. They love the attention.
She's always like looking at herself in the mirror and she's
Yeah. But yeah, in 1904, he created this, and of course, Walt Disney, you know, picked that shit up and made a movie about
and now
it.
she's like the Disney World mascot.
Which we do have an episode about Disney. You guys should also check
Yeah.
out in
Yeah, we
the
do.
archives.
Hell yeah.
So you know what I think about these little guys? If you put them in a wrestling ring and you did a Royal Rumble, I think the leprechauns are fucking everybody up.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. I think they're all little
Well,
bastards.
yeah, you don't fuck with the Irish.
Yeah, you don't.
Especially when they're drunk.
Yeah. Well, maybe his cousin. Maybe his cousin is like
Yeah.
That's the one.
drunk
the
one.
ringer, you know?
That's the one.
Like
I'm
he's
looking
gotten
for.
into a lot of bar fights.
Yeah.
So he knows.
He's just waiting, you know, like while people are fucking around with their fighting, drinking his fucking drinking his wine.
I mean, I feel like the leprechaun is still like the one that's gonna fuck around. The other guy's drunk. Fighting a drunk guy, that's easy.
Yeah,
Just fucking
leprechaun.
like step to the side.
I mean, it kind of depends on how drunk he is, right? Is he drunk enough to where he's falling down, or is he drunk enough to like give him a little bit of rage?
Most times I read about him, the words they described was like ravishingly drunk.
Okay, so like falling down, half asleep.
Which is
It's like
impressive.
if you find me and I've gone full golden retriever,
Oh man, it's
just smiling.
a special moment, man. It's a very, very special moment. Not everybody's seen it, but I have. Oh, I have. It was all
Guys.
it was all fun and games until you started puking.
Oh no!
yeah. If I've gone golden retriever, you need to get me outside.
It's so true. It's so true. It only lasts for a little bit. It's like, oh no, somebody should be concerned for him.
and you know,
I feel like it always happens when we drink together, though. Whenever you drink with me, it tends to come out.
The last time I swear I got drugged.
Yeah.
no man,
yeah.
when you drink this motherfucker, you'll have 3 old fashions in an hour.
I don't.
quick.
I can't explain that.
Yeah, it's
magic.
quick.
That's still like
Goddamn, the drink fairy.
That's still not like super fast to me. But like the last time we were like casually drinking for a few hours, and like I probably had 4 or 5 drinks over like a 3 to 4 hour period.
Yeah.
And I was perfectly fine until I got home, and then I died.
Yeah, you and Spizak both just had a horrible time.
It
I was
was
fine.
Have you ever seen me drunk?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I know you have. You've seen me at the cottage.
Oh yeah, I have seen you
Yeah.
drink.
Well, I mean, I was there.
I feel like John, you don't have enough
But I
trauma to handle. Maybe
Were
that's
you
where
there-
Aaron stores
Were you
his
there
shit.
the first year that he came?
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I'm like, maybe he can't handle the liquor as well because he doesn't have enough trauma in his past.
Oh yeah.
It does
It's like
help.
an extra compartment in like your kidneys that you have when you drink.
It
like,
hollows out a
specifically
piece.
whiskey.
It's my
Hollows out a
second
piece
liver.
of your soul.
Yeah.
Throws it away.
So I
His
will
More
alter ego
alcohol.
he's
Fit
like,
in
don't
there.
worry, friend, we'll put this away for later.
I will say there is like the side of me that like because everyone's got the multiple groups of friends. So there's like this group of friends I've only gotten drunk around. Like Aaron's probably seen me drunk 2 to 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
And then I have another friend group that is like, I used to put like a fifth of whiskey away in a night and be completely
I've seen
fine.
you do it.
Hell yeah.
My favorite memory was I was at a going away party for me. I was like going off to Oklahoma, and they bought me a half gallon of whiskey. And I start drinking this, and at some point in the night, I forgot it was a half gallon.
Oh,
I thought it was
no.
a fifth. And so I'm like, yeah, no, I can finish this.
That's when you know
no.
you're so goddamn drunk and you're holding the gallon. You're
And
like,
you don't even know how big it is.
this is a fifth.
I got close to finishing it, and oh my god, I was hungover for like 3 fucking
Oh,
days.
your poor liver.
Oh,
It's
man,
like he
that's
closes
rough,
one eye and the bottle just like
dude. Right.
becomes thinner.
Yep,
It's like,
yep.
it's not even that much.
It's fine. It's fine.
Just face down in their garage,
Oh,
like puking
no.
everywhere.
Oh, jeez, dude. Yeah, it's been long since I did that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So I got some stuff to talk about. So I'm going the opposite way of Deej on this one. I'm
Hell
talking
yeah.
about giants, actually.
Fuck yeah.
So we got the little things that fucking shit up. Now I got the big things that fucking shit up. They actually really don't. So there's a lot of giants throughout the mythos. There's a lot to talk about with them. I did not go over all of it because holy shit, there's a lot.
I hope giants don't have weird little quirks like the little people.
No.
They're too big for quirks.
Yeah. Except for one of them. I'll get to that.
Okay.
Anywho,
Hell yeah.
so there's a lot of mythos about where giants come from. There's a Greek one. There's the ones from the Bible, which I'm going to talk about. The Nordic ones, I started to research, And then my brain started to bleed a little bit because of how much there is to talk about.
And like all cultures too, man.
Oh yeah, tons of them. And I mean, the ones with the Nordic one is really cool because that's the whole Ragnarok, the ice giants being part of Ragnarok and going and invading Valhalla. The war between Valhalla is against the giants.
You know, that's an interesting point. I just want to mention this real quick before you start. So like the pygmies I was talking about, those are like what would really be the small version of people. They're usually based out of like Central Africa, you know, but they think the pygmies got that small because of like the area they were living in. They like in order for them to move around more, like they evolved to be smaller and smaller.
Wow.
To like survive, you know, because like they lived in humidity. They're living in like hot fucking like in the forest. You know what I mean? So they eventually basically developed to be like this tiny human that didn't need a lot of substance to survive and had a lot of, you know, like agility, you know, to move around.
They were kind of like isolated too, right?
Yeah, they were isolated, and basically farmers from other cultures came in and they were crossbreeding, and the pygmies eventually got a little bigger.
Yeah.
Now an average pygmy is around 5 foot tall, somewhere around there. Back then they were about 50 inches.
That makes sense because the more isolated a species is, the faster they evolve.
Yeah, that's true.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I wonder if that's like a weather thing with the giants too. Like they just like evolved because of like harsh fucking weather, you know?
So there's a few different ones. This is going to be brief because I didn't write too much down about the Nordic ones, but there's 3 different ones for Nordic, the Nordic giants. There's the ice ones, which I'm talking about for Ragnarok. There's fire ones, and I think there's ones from Earth as well. But they all had different backgrounds, and that's, again, I didn't do so much research on it because it's a lot and a lot of names and a lot of shit I didn't feel like writing down, and I didn't want to fuck it up, so I didn't do it. Just know that it exists. I didn't want to touch it because it's so much substance.
Yeah.
We'll be here for hours.
Yeah.
And nobody wants that. Nobody needs to hear that.
Y'all are going to get sick of us.
Indeed. So anyways, I'm going to start off with the Greeks. Because the Greek giants, I feel like, are some of the more famous ones. Or because, you know, their storytelling was their oral history, and the giants are definitely part of it. So in Greek myth, giants were humanoid bodies with serpentine legs. So their legs were, serpents. So
wait, what?
What the fuck does that mean?
Like
serpentine, like their legs, juke left.
So like their legs
right?
are shaped like a snake, or they're shaped like a snake's legs because snakes don't have legs.
I'm gonna give a shout out to a really good band called These Arms Are Snakes. You guys should check them out.
Wait, I think I've heard that.
Fantastic. So
That's gotta suck to have snake legs.
yeah.
Like, would you rather have snakes for legs, or would you rather have dicks for fingers?
God damn it.
I will take snakes for legs still. I'm gonna keep that one.
I watched anything or everything anywhere.
I need to watch
All
that
at
still.
once.
Yeah, that movie's fucking phenomenal. I love it.
I need to watch that soon. It's
so
on
good.
streaming now. I just need to fucking sit down and watch it.
Oh, do yourself a favor. It's probably my favorite movie ever.
Interesting. It's
haven't
big
seen it
big
either.
words. Big claims here.
Movie night.
All right. This was the stories of these giants were told by the poet Hesiod. He was one of he was one of the 2 most famous poets of Greek society. So you had Hesiod and you had Homer. Homer obviously had the Odyssey, Iliad, the stories of the heroic times of Greek mythos. Well, Hesiod was there too. He was credited with more establishing their customs, their religion, their farming practices, stuff like that. Useful stuff, essentially. While you had Homer, which also did their religious practices, but also told stories of glory and stories of the Greek Empire that, to be honest with you, didn't even exist during his lifetime, but that's a whole nother story. He told stories of like, yeah, these great heroes and these great wars. He wasn't alive for any of that. He just told stories. And people took it as truth and as history. None of it was true.
So, like, he was us.
Yeah. Kind of. But he had like no oral history to go off of. He had nothing. He just literally made shit up.
So he was us.
Shut up. Anywho.
He had a podcast.
Yeah.
He had a podcast for a podcast. The origin of these giants came from the union between either called Ge or Gaia, depending on which translation you go with, which is the god of the earth and sky, and Uranus. Thank you. I was pausing for it. I was pausing for it. Uranus or Uranus, depending on what pronunciation you want to use, which is the god of the heavens. They came together, made giants, and these giants then subsequently attacked Mount Olympus. So again, going by the oral history of these heroes, Hercules, one of the more famous heroes, is the person who fought against the giants and killed them, ending their reign. But the thing is, though, the legends of these giants that were killed, they end up being buried underneath the earth. And so
Is that like the Titans? Is it like the same thing?
Titans are different.
Titans are different.
Yeah, so Titans are, so you have Titans first, and then the gods, and then giants.
Okay.
Wait, Titans are above gods?
Titans are what created the gods. Oh my God, we're going to have to do this. Anyways, all right. We're going to do a separate episode of this.
I would love to do a Greek mythology
Yeah,
episode.
the brief of it. So you have the big three. So you have Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Hades being the oldest, but they actually came from a Titan. So they were born. I can't remember the Titan's name. Who was their dad? Their
the
dad
one that ate his children.
He did.
Kronos.
Yeah, Kronos.
Kronos.
Yeah, thank you. So Kronos ate his children, the three, the big three that we're talking about here, and they fought. They killed her from the inside and took over everything.
That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, the three brothers, again, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades. Hades was the eldest and wanted to obviously by age would have taken over the heavens. However, they tricked him into I think it was like drawing lots, and they tricked him into drawing the worst one, which put him into hell.
Which, like, despite the Disney movie, it's like the actual Hades was like the most moral of all of them.
Yeah, Zeus was the worst one.
Wow.
Yeah, Zeus was the worst.
By a lot.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, anytime you talk about like Satan or Satan-esque people, I'm like, they're like, oh, he's fucking evil and this and that. I'm like, he's punishing the bad people though, isn't that's good?
I mean,
Good.
In Hades' case, sure.
Depends on what kind of mythology you're
Yeah, because there's a lot with that too. We'll have to do an episode about that eventually. It'll be a good one. There's a lot with that too, though.
I'm so down for that one.
Yeah, write that down, Deej.
What is it?
God damn it.
DJ
a
Space
dude
Off
in
half
the
hour.
podcast that's listening to the podcast that's recording the podcast.
I'm checking something here.
We're going to talk about the origin of Greek myth, or the origin stories.
Oh,
of,
we have
Greek
that on there.
mythology
Oh, do we?
Yeah, it's been on
and-
there for the longest time.
Damn.
Yeah, Greek mythology.
So moving on. So these giants that again went against Olympus, they were killed. They were buried underneath the earth. And the legends of these giants is that anytime that there's an earthquake or an eruption of volcanoes, is actually the giants letting people know that they still exist and that they're still buried underneath the earth.
Ooh.
I like how it's just like a page to like, hey, we're still fucking here. We're gonna
Don't forget about us, guys.
like no other reason. Just hey, we still live here.
Pretty much.
We can still fuck
Damn
you
it.
up from down here.
Fuck your city.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's too late. It's too late.
One of the most famous giants was the giant named Enceladus. He was born. God, this story's so fucking weird. Anyways, he was born from the blood that fell when Uranus was castrated by their son Cronus.
Give yourself a drum beat for that one.
Do I have to?
I thought it was hilarious.
Don't do it.
Do it. Yeah.
Anyways, so he was castrated. The blood from the said castration ended up creating Enceladus.
So Uranus is bleeding.
You're-
And it created enchiladas.
We need to get through this. All right? We're at an hour already. We need to get through this.
That's why we're starting to get.
I was stuck on Leprechaun for like 17 minutes, goddammit, because you fuckers.
Trying to get through the story. Making it worse.
Uranus is bleeding. Continue.
Yes. That's
So Enceladus,
where we are.
in a fight against Zeus and Athena, he was killed. There's a few different ways that they said he died. One of them was he was killed by Zeus's lightning. Another one, which is my favorite one, is that he was killed because Athena threw the island of Sicily at him.
That's fucking great.
Wait. The whole island.
The whole island.
Also,
Yes.
It's like when
Oh
you
my
throw
God.
a hairdryer at your ex-boyfriend, but like
threw
it's
a
an
fucking
island.
All these Sicilians like, hey, what the fuck you doing? Oh!
yeah. I want them to tell that story, and then someone should be like, Hey, I have a question. So why is Sicily still there?
Because that's where it landed after it bounced off
Exactly.
of it.
Yeah. It buried him underneath it. The other legend is that he was killed by the drunken, I think the drunken assistant of one of the other guys with like an arrow. But anyways, and he was buried underneath Mount Etna, which is inside of in Italy, apparently. So anyways, he's buried underneath a mountain. I prefer the story of Athena throwing the island of Sicily at him.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite one. Like easily my favorite one.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's Greek giants. I kept it real quick with them.
Imagine like a battle, like there's lightning strikes, this and that. And he's like, "Is that all you got?" And Athena's just,
I just imagine them getting into an argument because he's like hooking up with some mortal girl, and she's like, "Listen, you know what?"
Well, I mean, you have Hera and Athena and Zeus. That whole story. But
dinner plate.
Yeah.
Sicily.
His video games, and then an island.
right.
God.
That's a good one. Anywho, so the Bible. That book.
The good old Bible.
The good old Bible. So giants were actually mentioned in the Bible a few times. There was a mention of them in the book of Genesis. There's also a mention of them in the book of Numbers.
The whole Nephilim thing is so interesting. Like
That's what I'm
that's
going
like
for.
literally we could do an entire episode on that.
We could. I'm going to keep it brief. But yes, that's actually what I'm going to talk about, oddly enough. So there we go. Kind of ruin my surprise.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm joking. It's cool.
I'm sorry.
I was joking. It's fine.
I'm a dude now. I ruin things.
You're right.
Hell yeah.
She's got the
I say fuck you.
she's got the premature thing down pat.
Since we have like almost 50-50 like women to men audience now, the women are just gonna love this shit. Like,
I hope so.
I can't wait to hear about this later on. It's gonna be good stuff.
Yep.
Anyways, so Nephilim, they were. There's a few again instances of them in the Bible, but there's also a different translation of them more probably found in the book of Enoch, which is technically not part of the Bible. It was right around the same time.
That's a whole nother.
That's a whole nother
can of
fucking thing.
worms.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode about the
Yeah.
Dead Sea Scrolls and
Correct.
what is and what isn't considered canon by the Bible. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's literally
DJ,
what it is.
Write that down.
Yeah,
That's like a
is
little
this?
bit crosses over into what I'm talking about too.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, the thing with Nephilim and again with the Book of Enoch, these are written found, dated back to the same time. They're Dead Sea Scrolls, written around the same time the Bible was too. It just wasn't considered part of the. Literally, it wasn't canon. They said it wasn't canon. It's not canon. Thanks, church.
Some king or pope or something was like, I don't really like this part, and just ripped it
It
out.
literally ripped it out. Yep.
Yeah.
But it still exists and it has been translated. So if you want to find it, you can. You can read it. Well, what's left of it. I don't think it's even complete. There was like 3 books inside of the Book of Enoch. Anyways, that's unrelated to this. Nephilim either translates to giants or the fallen ones, or of the fallen ones, or the fallen ones. They were supposed to be offspring between the fallen angels and humans. So, yeah, demigods, pretty much demigods,
Sort of, yeah.
Bunch of Hercules running around, and there was another oral history of them that they were descendants of Cain, like Cain and Abel, and Seth. So Cain and Abel, obviously Cain killed Abel. There was another son named Seth, the third son of was it Abraham?
I believe so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just going off what I remember from Sunday school. Anyways, so they're descendants of either fallen angels or of Cain, which is bad either way. So there was a reference of them in the book of Numbers, chapter 13, verse 32 and 33, where the Israelites were spying. Well, they were spying on the city of Canaan, trying to. I think they're going to capture it or invade it or something like that. And they found giants there. These would be the giants. In the book of Enoch, I'm just talking about that briefly. Patriarch Enoch was the author. He was the father of Methuselah, whole other story. Great grandfather to Noah. I mean, people should know who Noah is. So yeah, there was rain. He built a boat, 2 animals, blah, blah, blah. Noah. Anyways.
Forgot to put the unicorns on there.
Apparently so. And
Side note, there's a movie coming out on the 20th and 21st. Apparently, only those 2 days in theaters.
Okay.
Featuring Noah's Ark and dinosaurs.
Oh shit.
It's like
Oh no! Please don't
It's
tell me
like-
that's what I think it's going to be.
it's like Noah's Ark in the dark or something like that. Let me find the name of it, but it's fucking.
Wait, is this some weird Christian thing, or is
It
this
sounds like it's about to
I
be.
think
is this
it's a
like
documentary.
shit posting of a movie?
No, it's like supposed to be the.
God.
They're like, we're gonna explain the dinosaurs real quick to you guys
I hate everything.
Dude,
in an action-packed movie.
because my parents are probably going to go see it.
Yeah.
And I'm
There's
going to hear
gonna be
about it.
so many people who are like, well, this is actually what happened to the dinosaurs.
You know, how they built a replica of the Ark in, I think, Kentucky or Tennessee, something like that? My parents have been to it twice.
I love it because they use so many modern tools and like they're struggling to fucking build it. And I'm
Yep.
just like, where do you not see the issue with this?
One guy and like his
We don't talk.
son-in-law.
We don't talk about politics or religion on this channel. We're gonna keep it pushing.
sorry.
We're gonna keep it pushing.
Save it for an after.
We're have to keep pushing through this one.
Yes.
Where was I at here? Okay, so yeah, the Book of Enoch also does have. It was written, of course, in ancient Hebrew. The Jewish Church and the Catholic or the Christian Church. I'm sorry, Jewish Church, Christian Church don't believe it was. It's actually part of canon. Blah 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 blah. Anyways, giants were legends in both books. I think the Book of Enoch had a more problem because Book of Enoch was also more about the apocalypse and all that good stuff too. It's only there. Check it out if you want to. Anywho, ending on a high note though, we got America coming in on our giant.
That's what I'm talking about.
We got America coming through, and our favorite giant, the one who styled.
Andre?
The Ark of
I wish, but
Darkness.
we have our oh god my.
Did you guys see the Noah's Ark movie with like I think Emma Watson was in it, and they had like Nephilim in the movie?
No.
Oh my god, it was weird as
Wait,
fuck.
is that the one
Was it Emma Watson? Wait.
with fucking Jim Carrey
No.
making the ark?
No.
That's hilarious.
Definitely wasn't
No.
Jim Carrey either.
That was a good one though.
Steve Carell?
Hang on, wait.
Yeah, Steve Carell.
Was Ark
Kind of
movie?
close. Kind of close.
I love Steve Carell.
He's the new Jim Carrey.
I think it
The,
was.
the not as insane one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was called Noah, and it was Emma Watson was in it, and Russell Crowe played Noah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, but there was like Nephilim in the movie.
Yeah, I remember that because people were mad because, well, there was that, but whatever. I'm going to move past this topic,
Yeah.
by the way, before we dive too deep into
American
it. because we're
Giants. I want to hear about this
We're
motherfucker.
we're over an hour at this point. We got to kind of keep it pushing. All right, so again, the giant that everybody for about a whole decade stole their style from in America, good old Paul Bunyan.
Oh yeah.
Remember the flannel era of America?
Paul Bunyan.
The flannel era where
yeah.
everybody, their fucking mom wore flannels?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, a lot of our friends were part of this.
I'm wearing a flannel right now.
I don't like that.
Get out!
I don't like that you're looking at me.
Okay, well, the white people.
I don't like that you're looking at me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my computer screen.
I'm the one actually wearing a flannel at this very moment. So
There's
half of you.
There's a good chance, and if you've taken a road trip somewhere, you've probably driven past a very large statue of a
Paul
guy
Bunyan.
holding an axe with
With a-
flannel
With his blue
Blue
ox.
ox.
and with the blue ox.
With his
yeah.
blue ox.
That was the thing I didn't
Name
get. Is
babe.
like, why did they need a blue? Like, where did the blue ox come from? Why is
It was
blue?
his working animal.
Yeah.
Why is he
It-
blue?
America
Why
doesn't
not?
need a fucking reason. Red, white, and blue. That's why.
did you watch?
That's actually
Yeah.
that's solid reasoning. That's,
who grew up on VeggieTales? Anybody?
I did not watch it ever,
No.
actually.
Damn.
It was
there's
it was
this
after
song.
my time.
Everybody's got a water buffalo. Yours is fast, but mine is slow. And there's everybody's got a baby kangaroo. Yours is pink, but mine is blue.
I have so many questions. Not everyone has a water buffalo or a fucking.
You sound like the guy in the song.
Oh no.
Okay, this is a tangent, and I'm very
Guys, did I
sorry. I'll
make
be
a
really quick, but there's a
Christian kids
cucumber,
TV show?
and he's singing, and then the asparagus comes in, and he's like, everybody does not have a water buffalo.
Oh
You
my
can't tell people they have a water buffalo.
My cousin was a lead animator of VeggieTales. We can email him
Oh,
and
God.
ask him these questions.
People who watched VeggieTales are dying right now, I swear to God.
So
Disgusting.
we're gonna email my cousin
Let's get him on the podcast
he
immediately.
lives like many hours from here, but okay. he works for Pixar now, so he's like in Florida or somewhere. God. I'm like, yeah, he's
dope as hell.
Yeah, I'm the dumb one in my family. Come on now. Anywho,
sorry.
Well, kind of. I'm the middle of the pack. Now I think about the rest of I love them all. Anyways, so yeah, back to Paul Bunyan and his blue ox named Babe. Mm-hmm. So Paul Bunyan, the American Giant, I like this one because like it's something lighthearted. It's something that most of our audience probably at least heard of, and I was really curious where it came from. So Paul Bunyan, this dude actually originated from loggers. So kind of like what we mentioned earlier, like a lot of this with folklore. Mm-hmm. You mentioned people like miners working in mines and how they made up like the stories of like people knocking on the walls.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that, only with lumberjacks.
Yeah, stories around the fire.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, they had nothing else going on. Mm-hmm. Chopping down trees.
Yep.
Blue ox. Anyway, so some of the tall tales of Paul Bunyan is that he created the Great Lakes because he wanted to quench the thirst of loggers.
Oh.
He was like, man, people are thirsty.
That's some Chuck Norris shit right there, man. Hell yeah.
I feel like Paul Bunyan was the original Chuck Norris.
Yeah, he probably would have beat the fuck out of Chuck Norris.
I mean, he had an axe and a fucking blue buffalo. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, your move, Chuck.
Ox, not a buffalo.
You right. Anyways, so another one of the myths around him is that he created the Mississippi River by dragging his axe behind him as he walked.
Wow. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I like that one a lot.
The legend of Paul Bunyan apparently came... Now, people say that Paul Bunyan existed before this guy that I'm going to mention, but the legend is that it was made about this dude named Fabien Fontenier, who was a lumberjack from Quebec and then moved to Michigan. So Paul Bunyan himself is actually a Canadian and American folklore. So, okay, this dude was in Canada, moved to Michigan.
It's like a North American in general.
Right. Okay. Yeah, North America in general. That's true. Yeah. So this dude, Fabien Fontenier, like I said before, moved from Quebec to Michigan. He allegedly, because of his weird and unique jaw, had 2 rows of teeth.
Like a shark?
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yep.
It reminds me of Coneheads.
Oh yeah,
mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, because of his poignant jaw and manly, ruggish way, he was very, very well known as a fighter. He used to cut down trees,
goddamn right,
and fight motherfuckers.
Did he fight them?
And fight them.
Did he bite them?
He actually did bite something though. He
fucking beating ass and cutting grass. Look,
Mike Tyson of like.
So allegedly, he actually bit a chunk out of a wooden bar with his teeth. So he went to a bar and bit a chunk out of the bar, like a bar.
I thought you meant like a ball,
that was
like a broom
that was in a
handle or
movie.
something.
Cylinder.
It was in The Last Dragon. Remember when the dude gets a hold of his nunchucks and he just bites it? Like he bites a fucking thing.
Yeah, wasn't it the same dude that was in it wasn't the same dude from the old Bond movies. It was actually it was.
It probably
I'm pretty sure it was the same actor.
Because he was like always the big bad guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, then he found love in one of the James Bond movies. He had that big metal jaw, then he found a woman with braces, and like their braces all fucked up.
There's hope for us all.
And they like fell in love, and he stopped being a villain.
What the fuck?
I'm a big James Bond fan. It's a whole thing.
We should do an episode on like fucking the Bond movies.
Dude, the Bond exhibit just opened up in at the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, like this week.
Wow.
I wish I was joking. I'm so excited.
I used to watch Bondathon on fucking, I think it was TNT, and they would just, it was on Thanksgiving.
Oh, all holidays.
And they would just play James Bond movies nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever watched a James Bond movie like full all the way through.
Yeah, there's
They're not
every holiday. So every holiday there'll be like Hulu or Amazon will have all the movies. Just watch them. I do it every time.
You need to put that on your man checklist.
I know. Now
Maybe
that I'm a man, I
beer.
really got to make that a priority.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yep. It's about finessing women and drinking martinis that are shaken, not stirred. It's pretty great, actually. It's pretty great.
I gotta get my hero unlock.
Oh, I mean, it helps. Yeah, the Museum of Science and Industry opened up the interactive James Bond exhibit. This was yesterday.
Wow.
I want to go.
I feel like an interactive exhibit with James Bond is either a giant sexual harassment complaint waiting to happen or someone's going to get shot.
I'm over for the latter. We'll see. We'll find out. Next time on Required Taste Podcast, does Eric go to jail for A, sexual harassment, or B, shooting somebody? It's the all the above. Yeah. Anywho.
Or does he ride away on a jet ski as someone's shooting after him?
I'm trying to live my best life. I'm just saying.
You can rent a jet ski in Chicago.
This is true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to ride a jet ski on Lake Michigan, though. That sounds dangerous as fuck.
People do it all the time.
Oh, I've done it. It's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, so yeah, that's my folklore about giants. I didn't have much about it because there's so much to cover. I just wanted to touch a little bit of it, and there we go.
Yeah.
Now we have giants. What you got for us, B?
So okay, wait. What time? How are we on time? Are we like way over?
We are at 1 hour and 19 minutes.
Okay, maybe should I save unicorns for part 2?
Because
I've got unicorns and then I've got the squonk. So I could just go squonk and then save unicorns for part 2 because I got a lot on unicorns.
Okay, how do you guys feel about that? What are you guys thinking? I mean, I feel like that's fair. You know, it's about to be 6.
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I'm getting kind of hungry.
I say just fucking send it.
Because we're probably going to drag it to 2 hours if you do unicorns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're at 1 hour 20. You're right.
I think I can but I have to talk about the squonk. I have
Okay,
to.
knock yourself out.
Like, okay.
The floor is yours.
Turns out it's just Charlie.
Who is Charlie and why is he bad?
He's
Not-
like, I've been here the whole time.
Not unsimilar to Charlie.
If he was here the whole time, he's seen a lot of me naked, and that's unfortunate for him.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
Carry on.
Carry on.
all right. Okay. So the squonk is.
DJ is.
Are you looking at? Are you looking at it?
I'm looking at
it
Squonk.
is
Are you
Charlie.
looking at it? The squonk is a mythical
Oh,
creature from
jeez.
Pennsylvania.
This is from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
This
Listeners,
is terrible.
He first
Oh my
appears
God.
in the 1910 book "Fearsome Creatures of the Lumberwoods" by William Thomas Cox.
Listeners, please Google image this.
It'll be on our social media.
Yeah, we have it on. We have social
Why
media
does
for
he
this.
look so pathetic?
Exactly. The book describes for our listeners. The book describes the squonk as an ugly pig-like creature that lives in the hemlock forests of Pennsylvania and cries almost continuously.
This looks like my fucking ball sack.
He is basically a crying ball sack.
If my ball sack separated from me,
Picture a ball sack with big tear-filled eyes.
he was out in the streets lonely by himself and couldn't find his way home.
That's a squonk.
God, dude.
Do you guys see why I needed to talk about this?
You told us not to look it up. You request that we don't look it up
Yes,
first.
I said don't look it up. I wanted it to be a surprise.
And I appreciate this.
I look
Yes.
up. I've been waiting to look this up. Every picture I look up, he has tears in his eyes, or he's just really fucking sad.
Yes, according to legend, the squonk is able to completely dissolve itself by crying.
Wow.
The squonk is so ashamed of its looks that it will only move about in twilight or dusk or on nights when there's no full moon for fear that it might actually catch its reflection in a pool of water.
This is so bad.
The Northwest Pennsylvania squonk. They got merchandise for this fucking guy.
Okay,
Of course
so
they do.
wait. Okay, so my favorite part of the squonk legend here is that it says history shows that beyond dispute that as these areas gradually changed to swampy, lake-dotted country as the squonk was forced to take to the water. Of distinctly low mentality, it traveled constantly around the unaccustomed marshes in search of fodder. With time, it developed webbing between its toes, but only on the submerged left feet. Hence, on entering the water,
actually shows that
it could
in this
only
picture.
swim in circles and never get back to shore.
It's got one webbed foot.
Fossil bones dredged from these lake bottoms revealed that thousands perished of starvation in this manner.
Wait, are they implying this is real?
I mean, okay.
This
So
is what evolved into Charlie.
Dude, all right, we gotta stop talking about. All right,
Fucking
like
squonk.
first off, he's not here to defend himself. Second off, the podcast listeners don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Some people do, but
I'm
still.
keeping the mystery alive here.
But dude, we
new
gotta
question.
not talk about that
Yes.
boy like that. All right.
I
What
love
is
you,
your-
Charlie.
John, what is
No,
your
you
But
don't.
holy fuck, man.
One of the images just says the squonk, but it's a soap. Meaning there's a soap called Squonk.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. The squonks are very popular in Pennsylvania. Let me tell
Why
you
is
that.
it from Pennsylvania of all fucking places?
And
I have questions.
what?
This one says the squiggly squonk.
Yeah.
Why are there
So
more of them?
there is there's like a squonk society. There's a Genesis song called Squonk. Okay, Phil Collins. Phil Collins sings about the squonk.
Hey man, you see that animal that looks like a fucking pair of balls?
Yes,
Do you want to smell like that?
there is a festival. There is a festival in Johnstown, Pennsylvania called Squonkapalooza.
Squonkapalooza.
Dude, all right, Deej, you have a new mission for your band.
Yeah.
You're playing this festival.
Squonkapalooza, dude.
Yes,
Tell
let's
East
go.
Moon. Tell East Moon we have
go.
goals
Holy
for
shit.
your band to headline Squonkapalooza.
I want to go to
This is-
Squonkapalooza immediately. There's
So-
There's one this year, like August, I think.
It sounds like
You have
just some sub.
a few months
Yep.
to get your band to the level of fame
Yep.
that needs to accomplish this goal.
Am I worthy enough to squonk?
I want big things for you and your band, all right?
August 10th. August 10th.
Okay. Oh, God, that's so
Squonkapalooza.
sad looking.
See, that's the guy. He's on there.
Squonkapalooza
Oh my
just
God,
sounds
that's
like
so-
some raunchy ass gangbang. Like it, just like
Yeah.
the sweatiest. No one showered.
Everyone's
in a month.
crying.
Everyone's crying. No one's had a fun time.
Yeah. Yep. So there's.
Every image is worse than the last.
I know. I know.
That's
Oh, that one look. That one just looks like a straight penis.
Yes.
I
is
love
amazing.
this so much.
I relate to the squonk.
I think we made a solid choice going with squonk.
I'm glad you made us not look it up.
Yes.
And we all kept to it as
I'm
well.
really glad
Yeah.
that you guys didn't
So,
look it up
'cause
and
I
let it
was-
be a surprise.
I spent like
I'm
the
proud of
first
you.
like
I'm proud
several
of you.
moments of that holding my face
Yeah.
in just confusion and concern.
Normally I'm disappointed in you guys, but today I'm proud.
Thanks,
Hell yeah.
I think.
Yep.
Get a round of applause for that.
Okay, hang on. I just gotta
if only,
just.
That's what I'm talking about.
if only our parents were proud.
Yeah, they are definitely not.
I gotta get me some squonk merch, man.
Yes. Hell yeah.
They have a squonk plushie. He's got a big old tear on his face.
I hope it's made out of
Oh,
like
look at him. He looks so sad.
like oily latex.
Ew.
Yeah,
they
look like they feel disgusting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like ball sack.
They look like they feel
It
like
should
a
be
wet
like
ball
an-
sack.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Unwashed.
And if you want to smell like wet ball sack, buy our soap.
Buy Squonk soap.
Oh, it turns out I've known what squonk was all along.
Yep.
It's right between my legs.
That's some squonk crotch.
Yes, there's a swamp crotch. That's good.
Like, okay, so now my in my head, the myth has started because some like forester was out there camping and they're telling stories around the fire and he's like got his pants down and he looks down and he's like, what if? And then he goes and he tells all his buddies about the squonk.
He eats some of them fucking the mushrooms in the forest and
Yep.
thinking about his balls running wild
Yep.
in the middle of the night.
And they're just like the most depressing creature you could
Just sad
possibly
as
think of.
fuck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Crying.
That's what's scarier when you find them in the middle of the night and you think it's like this fucking like creature that's gonna kill you, and then you see a squonk. And then what do you do? Do you take him in? Do you help him?
There's a story of someone catching one and they catch it in a net and then or like a bag and they open the bag and it's just dissolved into tears. It's just tears and bubbles.
I'm sorry, and he just like disintegrates.
That was the perfect voice for a squonk.
So, why is it crying? Like, what's
Because it's so ashamed of its looks.
Why wouldn't it? We just spent 10 minutes talking about how he looked like a ball sack.
That's why he cries. He has no friends.
Fucking crying all
No
day.
one wants to be around him because he's so ugly and
Yeah.
gross. Same.
so really, it's a metaphor for society and how badly we treat ugly people.
I mean,
Sure, we'll go with
yeah.
that. And
Okay.
if it's going to be any place in the country, might as well be Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And on that note, we're the Quad States Podcast. Thanks for listening to us talk about stuff and things for the last hour and a half. So we'll be back. We will be back with another episode about these because we obviously didn't have enough time to cover everything. And I mean, since you already did your research on unicorns, so you're at least good for the next one.
Yeah.
I
We just have to do. We now have
Unicorns
to
is
pick
a
up a new
big
one.
one, though. There's a lot. For
There's so
unicorns.
much.
I'm bringing up dragons for
There's
sure.
so
Yeah.
much.
I'm bringing up dragons this time because
We should do mythical animals then, if that's the case.
yeah, sure, that works.
Yeah.
That works. Yeah, I'm down with that.
like
Down with
And
that.
I'll provide something.
Yeah, you just. Well, we were planning on hanging out today. I'm like, well, come over, I guess. I mean, we're planning on hanging out later anyway, so.
I'm in the area.
You have half hour to do research.
Right?
Go.
There you go. Anyways, thanks for listening to Quiet Taste Podcast. We do appreciate you guys giving us a shot and a listen. We'll be back again as per usual every Tuesday. Please come to our reunion party. March 23rd, like I said before.
Taste Party, Required Taste
4
Tacos.
p.m., March 23rd.
Yeah, Required Taste Tacos, Required Taste Party. We're actually, this episode comes out the week of that party, by the way. I checked the calendar before I did all that.
So we're going to see y'all in a little bit.
We're going to see, literally, you're hearing our voices just to see us a few days after this.
Hell yeah.
That's tight. We're not even close right now, though. But anyways, we all, as always, appreciate you guys giving us a shot, giving us a listen. We're gonna catch y'all next time, though. Please give us a like and a follow on your favorite social media. And we'll be back next time.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Y'all be cool.
Bye.